What's up, crypto junkies? It's another beautiful day. It's Friday. Woo-wee. I'm feeling good. Feeling amped up. Concentrated coffee today, so I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. A lot to go over today too. Super excited about that. Welcome. Welcome to the party, my friends. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Got my favorite shirt on today. Because every day, rise and grind, baby. It's a new day. Ain't no reason to be sad. Ain't no reason to let shit get you down. You just got to keep moving forward. We gotta make a plan and move forward, no matter what's going on with you. When am I going to drop in from the top? That's what we're working on next. Working on bringing in a little wire harness. Nothing serious. Just a little acrobatic, maneuvering that will be needed to pull that off, and then I'll start to come in from the top. Hey, what's up, guys? All right, so what's up, Rafael? Rafael? Yeah, I guess so. Crypto Chris, John. You can always count on me to butch up some names. It's just how it is, and I'm trying to move so fast through it. Blog Nepal, what's up? Carl, what's up? Vanessa, what's up? Arazu, what's up? Bernardo, what's up? King Moy, what's up, man? T Will. Strict 9. Jerry, what's up? Cool. All right, let's get it going. So you notice that something a little bit different today on the screen. This is actually a real-time ticker of the Crypto Junkies community, because I'm always plugging the Discord, and I think a lot of people just aren't getting it yet because they don't know what's going on in there. So let me just explain it really quick. This isn't a signals group. This isn't you pay us 0.1 Bitcoin every single month and we give you TA. This is a crypto community. This is where you come to get all your answers to your questions. This is where you come to make friends. This is where you come to really join a community and become, I guess, a bigger, really stretch out in terms of crypto, right? And grow your knowledge, grow your friend base of people that are into the same stuff as you, right? Because one of the hardest things with crypto is that nobody understands you. Your parents don't understand what's going on. Your friends don't really understand what's going on. Everybody thinks you're fucking nuts. And nobody's really getting it. You know what I mean? So this community, everybody gets it. That's why we're all in there. So, I mean, what are we at now? How many total people? Let me just take a quick look. Total member base, 2189. I thought we were already over 2200. 2189. Cool. Maybe we'll get to 2200 today on the live stream. Let's hope so. So, welcome back. Happy holidays. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. I hope that you've got some big fun stuff in store for the new year. Not only New Year's Eve and celebrating and bringing in the new year together with, hopefully your friends and family, your community, but also I hope you've got a plan for 2018. 2018 is going to be a huge year. It's going to be a huge year for crypto. It's going to be a huge year for you. It's going to be a huge year for Crypto Junkie community, because we are just getting started. Guys, we're 10,000 subscribers in on the YouTube channel. We're not even 2,200 people in the community. Extrapolate that out. When there's 100,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, when there's 10,000 people in the community, this thing is just getting started. And there's a large percentage of people who are still in this that were around. We had a couple thousand subscribers on the channel, and we had 50 people in the Discord chat, and it's the same few people chatting with each other every day. That's where this thing has grown from. It's grown from the bottom up, and I'm really excited about that. We've got some big stuff in store for 2018. We've got a lot of inner tools and things that I've been talking about on the streams. A lot of it took longer to develop than we expected, and so that's okay. I just kind of get to look like an asshole for saying hey, it's ready. Oh, no, it's not ready. That's okay. We started to roll out some of the syndication bots inside of the Discord chat to pull in and aggregate different news and different core pieces and key pieces of data that our people need, that our family needs. So the day traders, they need to know what's going on with key pieces of information. Let's call them KPIs. And then, most people, they want just basic news. They want just basic crypto news. So we're pulling that in. All the people that are into the high yield lending programs, we're pulling in all that data now and making sure that everybody gets what they need. That's just the start. We've got some other things in mind too. Some of the things that you can expect to kind of happen before the end of this year is we've got full-blown ICO review I guess, site that you, I guess that's what you'd call it. Basically, some of the members in our community that are huge into the lending ICO game have come on board and helped us kind of craft this rating system and this laundry list of everything you need to know with ICOs that are running right now and ICOs that are coming up in the future. So that we've got getting worked on, and that will be released by the 31st. Next thing is the UI tool that I told you about with a lot of the calculators and tools. And then it's also got some news aggregation in there as well as video training. That will be launched by the 31st as well. The thing that won't be launched by the 31st is we're working on an event calendar to really, again, syndicate a lot of not lending program news, but Bitcoin and crypto news. See, altcoins, Bitcoin, highly speculative. Works off of what? News, right? Like we'll talk about it more, but we've seen some big dips happen. I want to kind of come back and circle around on the whole Bitcoin Cash topic. And so that being said, we need access to that information. Also, too, people want to know when new coins are getting released on the exchanges that are most popular, which is Binance. And so all of that, we're going to map out on a kind of event calendar. You'll be able to sync that up to your Google Calendar. And so you'll get those notifications right to your phone, like, hey, this coin's getting launched on Binance. This is happening over here. This blockchain event's happening. So all the good stuff happening around crypto, you'll be able to just sync up to your phone, sync up to your Google Calendar, which I think is going to be epic. So that will help out with a lot of people that are looking to stay on that cusp, on that cutting edge of what's going on. All right, so I think that's it for those updates. I've got a few more in just a second, but as usual, and especially if you're new to the stream, then all the links that you'll ever need to anything going on is underneath the video here. You'll see it, like you'll see it on my screen right now. And so, yeah, everything that you need is underneath the video. Okay, so few community updates before we dive into Bitcoin. And we got to do this because this is, if you're new to this channel and you're just tuning in because you see us trending as a live Bitcoin topic, just give it a second. This is a lot of the housekeeping stuff that we got to keep and continually do because the community is growing so much. So USI Tech, let's start there. We have a way to fix what happened with the referral link, and a bunch of people got signed up under this wrong username. And I lost my affiliate link and got kicked to a different one. I don't know how that's even possible, but we have a way to fix it. We've put together the process, I guess you could say, to fixing that. You just need to jump in the USI Tech channel, and CryptoBait or CryptoMed will be able to help you out. So if you have any questions on that, jump into that channel, check that out. Next piece. Because we just crossed over 10,000 subscribers, just gave away 10 $100 loans in BitConnect. You guys know I love BitConnect. And so we just did that. We did 5 yesterday and then 5 today. So the other 5 winners, I literally just selected before I grabbed a shower and jumped on stream today. And so, yep, congratulations to everybody who won. 10,000 subscribers. Thank you. Huge milestone. But we're just getting started. You know, I'm excited to see that 10,000 number now. I'll be really excited when I start to see more of the impact that we can now make, because there's so many people that have this on their notifications. There's so many people that are in the community now that we can command more. You know, we can command more eyeballs, we can command more attention, and we can leverage that to get better deals. You guys know that I'm pretty aggressive with going out and getting us deals like the NordVPN deal, which is 77% off for VPN for 3 years. Hasbot, the trading bot, we've brought them on, and they're an automated trading bot, takes the emotion out of the trading game. We got an exclusive discount there. So we'll keep doing that. And that's a lot of the leverage that we'll be able to have as a community, which I absolutely love. Okay. So thank you again for that. What's the next piece? What's the next piece? Oh, MintBuilder. I'm 2 days behind, a day and a half behind on giving an update on MintBuilder. Sorry, but it's almost ready. We'll have the final things in play today, and we'll roll that out for how we're going to move forward. Got, I'd say, a good plan of attack. I think it'll start off as good and be great, and it'll also to help the community grow together. that was really the main reason why I wanted to get involved in MintBuilder, is because it is a team effort. It's a traditional MLM structure, I guess you could call it. And so it will literally force a lot of people to communicate within the community. And that's really what I wanted. And so how we have it set up, to how we're going to connect everybody to help you guys all get your commission hustle on and grow your bonus points, or whatever you want to call that. How we've got that set up will be a great way to bring the community together. So I'm excited about that, and we should be rolling that out today. Like I said, I'm about a day and a half behind. I apologize for that. So I think that's it on that front. I want to quickly touch on BitConnect too. A lot of people have been asking me about the circuit breaker. Obviously, I don't own BitConnect, but let's just talk on that really quick, and then we're going to jump into BTC. All right, so there's a few things that happen here. Nobody knew that, well, there's some people that knew that the big correction and let's call it a slight free fall on Bitcoin was going to happen. So that started happening, and BitConnect normally does its maintenance not on the same day every week, but it was about due up for maintenance. And you saw that the BitConnect coin was flatlined at like $214 to $217. It had really dropped. And so they were due up for some sort of maintenance anyways. And so they did the maintenance, which we're going back like maybe 4 days ago now, 3-4 days. They did the maintenance, and then they came back online, and the coin value had gone up. Now, there's a few different reasons why a coin value will drive up. Not parabolically like that, but overall. Supply and demand. So basically, when you force people to hold on to the coin, which BitConnect is on like 5 or 6 exchanges, so it's not like they're forcing people to hold on to the coin, but essentially they are. Because, I mean, you get your money in the lending wallet each day, and you can't like move that over to an exchange immediately. You have to walk it out of the lending wallet into BitConnect and then decide what to do with it. So from that degree, considering 96% of the all the coins are handled through the internal exchange, which you can read that on coinmarketcap.com. Considering that most of the traffic and most of the action is happening within the internal exchange, then we can make some assumptions that most people had their money tied up. And then, let's see, BCC exchange, 87%. Okay, so most people had their money tied up, maintenance stopped, site came back online, drove the price up. I also do believe that BitConnect internally manipulates the price. I don't know how they're doing it of their coin, and maybe that was really why they went down for maintenance, to do some kind of trickery with the coin value. I don't know. But when it came back out, it was like, it went from like $200 to $400. Naturally, a lot of people got in on that. I did myself too. So I was, as the coin value dropped, because I've played this game before, guys, and I mentioned this in the community several times. I said, look, I've seen this before. What you can expect is for it to come out of the gates and it to go nuts. And what do you know? It doubled in value. So to give you an example, I was accumulating, I think like 7 or 8 BitConnect coins over the span of those couple days when it was really tanked and really low, right? By the time they came out of maintenance, I had gained effectively $2,000 off of like an initial $700-800 investment. So I was ahead $2,000. And then I sold off all the coins that I had basically moved into the staking wallet by that point, because I wasn't sure when it would come back. So my default is always, okay, let's start to accumulate the coins and then just set them in the staking wallet. And so that way we're working towards maturing our coins. And if it does take a while, I'm at least getting staking profit while I'm waiting for this thing over here to happen, right? So there's never like stagnant money. And that's usually my goal, right? And so I moved it back out and sold it and had a nice profit. And I know a lot of other people in the community did the same. That, along with the natural volatility, and we actually had another flash crash on Bitcoin since then, is what's kept the circuit breaker on all this time with BitConnect. Okay, so naturally, I think skeptics and people, I don't know, to take a side note for a second, if you're that skeptic of something, then I don't even know why you're investing. If this thing, you know, site maintenance, or the site being down is going to scare you, then you should probably rethink the plan overall, right? Because that's not a smart plan if you're going to be walking on eggshells with your emotions the whole time. Just don't do it. Like, there's other stuff you can do. There's day trading. There's a million other things you can do with your money. But so yeah, there's a ton of people who were like concerned, hey, what's going on with this? The maintenance is a natural thing. The price fluctuation that we saw is not such a normal thing. I've never actually seen it jump that high coming out of maintenance like that. And so that's not something that now, because it happened this one time, you should assume will happen in the future. I don't know. But I do know that when BitConnect comes down to, you know, $100 or $200, that's usually a really good time to buy in. And that's standard for any coin, really. You buy low and sell high, right? Whereas most people, they actually buy high and sell low. They sell out of panic and fear, and they buy out of panic and fear. It's just slightly different. It's a fear of missing out and then a fear of losing. And so slightly different, but that's in a nutshell what happened. And we'll continue to see that fluctuation with BitConnect probably over this next week. But overall, I think a lot of people, especially in the community, if you're listening to, I guess you could call my signals, which are very just simple plays, then you'll see that that was a fairly easy move, okay? All right. We keeping it clean and sexy in the chat? Yeah. All right, good. Let me actually just make... Cap, I'm going to go ahead and make you moderator. So if you could just hold it down in the chat, brother, I'd really appreciate that. Just keep it at bay. Keep it at bay. All right, so let's talk about Bitcoin. Now, overall, like I want to start off by saying this. Overall, I think that where Bitcoin is going and the amount of money that's in Bitcoin now is a good thing. Like, we are still in the parabolic channel. We're still in the parabolic groove that we've been in, which is like, we could chart this. I actually don't know what tool that would be. I was looking for it earlier. It's like an angled line, curvature line, but it represents this, what's called a parabolic channel. And we're actually still in it. Even though this was massively not expected, and we'll talk about that, we're still in this channel. It hasn't broken out of that channel, but there are some key things that we need to look for. We need to break this next resistance point, which is like 14,500, because we're really fighting to get back out of this key area that's been support and resistance in the past. So once we break out of that, it will continue on this parabolic groove, okay, on this path. Also, too, with this correction happening, it does lead to a bigger percentage gain for those who got in as this thing started to, let's say, crash. Okay, so there's more. Why I feel that way about Bitcoin is there's more institutional money coming into Bitcoin, which is a bit, I guess, irony. No, I don't know what word I'm looking for. Brain is still not quite there. I'm not firing on all cylinders yet, but overall, most people think that the institutional money coming in is a bad thing in Bitcoin. It's not. It's the next instance of what Bitcoin will be. Okay, so I think what's still going on is people are still fighting like what actually Bitcoin is. It's having an identity crisis still. And what I mean by that is we're moving out of the territory of being able to move around $100, $50, $20 in Bitcoin. And we're moving into the territory of big amounts of money being moved via Bitcoin, okay? Which goes, again, like if you look at the hierarchy, that doesn't remove the need for banks. That doesn't remove the need for fiat currency. It actually just takes everything economic-wise to the next level because it frees up a lot of boundaries that used to be there. There's actually a lot of boundaries right now to send $100,000, $1 million, $10 million. There's a ton of boundaries. And there's a ton of restrictions and a ton of white tape and rope to jump through, okay? That's where I see Bitcoin coming in value. Also, too, we will come to the point to where all the Bitcoin is mined, and then it will just turn into a transaction fee to move around Bitcoin. So the miners will just get a transaction fee, essentially, okay? So when all the Bitcoin is mined and everything is in play, then that's where that next play and that next move will go. Also, too, I see that Bitcoin will turn into more of a, there'll be a lot more people wanting to hoard Bitcoin, whereas right now, because it has this identity crisis, there's a lot of people who don't really know what to do with it. So it's like it represents a dollar value in fiat, so we'll just use it like that. And if you look at 90% of investors in Bitcoin right now, what are they looking at as the marker for a positive or negative ROI? Is how it's pegged to the dollar and the fiat representation of the Bitcoin that they have. So when the dollar amount goes down, they're sad. When the dollar amount goes up, they're happy, right? And I think that's important to note because the little micro identity crisis that Bitcoin is having right now will iron out very easily. And I think that's where the big institutional money comes into play. It's not going to destroy Bitcoin. It's going to help it essentially find its groove and find its true value and usage, not true value, but usage in the marketplace. And I think overall, in the long term, its usage is for something like that. It was never meant to be the transactional coin, and we're all still fighting that. Like, I still fight it. You know, I paid, I think, $50 or $60 the other day just to send 150. That's fucking stupid, guys. And so Bitcoin was never meant to be the daily transactional coin. And I don't think that Bitcoin Cash is the answer or the solution to it either. You know, while I have my my dislikes about like what they're doing, a lot of the people that are representing that coin and the things that they're doing behind the scenes, the coin itself, I just don't think packs the punch to do what they claim it does. Okay, I mean, Digibyte would probably have a bigger chance or opportunity there because the cost per transaction and the speed in which a transfer occurs with Digibyte is even faster. It's faster than Litecoin. It's faster than Bitcoin Cash. But also too, it doesn't have the usage. It doesn't have the amount of user base that the other ones do. So all these coins, my hope is that we'll just continue to push and pump up different coins that could be transactional coins to test them and make sure that they'll work with ultimately survival of the fittest occurring. And so the best one with the smoothest transaction speed, the lowest transaction fee, and ease of use will emerge as the winner. And I think that's naturally how it'll just happen. I don't think Bitcoin Cash is actually that either. I actually don't know where Bitcoin Cash's place is in the long term because of the war that they're waging on Bitcoin over like this identity of they should be the real Bitcoin. I think that's really a losing argument and a waste of energy. And so let me further elaborate on that point. If we go back in time, remember what I consider just happened here, by the way, let me clearly define this, is this was an orchestrated attack from people that are Bitcoin Cash advocates. And a lot of people don't like hearing that. A lot of people want to get into like drama conversations and arguments with me, as you can see from some of the comments over the last couple of videos where I was talking about Bitcoin Cash manipulation. But the reality is that these whales have done this. Like, the whales are what essentially pushed this and forced this to happen. Okay, so I don't have the timelines exactly right, but you can sync it up almost to the minutes leading up to Roger Ver going on CNBC Fast Money to this, you know, heroic pump of Bitcoin Cash. It needed to look good when he was on live stream. Okay, it needed to. So they put in all this effort and sold all their positions out of Bitcoin to pump up Bitcoin Cash, and then you saw Bitcoin Cash essentially fall and correct very, very hard. So Bitcoin Cash has traditionally been pegged to Bitcoin, and I think that even is slowly starting to slip away because of just the mass manipulation attempts that they're making. So this whole crash here, which ended up to be a 45% correction, 46% correction over that 4-day period, was predominantly caused from Bitcoin Cash and what happened behind the scenes. All right. And what we've got here is the representation of the bull run that had happened just before that. So if we wouldn't have had this, we would actually still be on that parabolic groove. So Robert Hart, myself, and who is the other one? Mike Novogratz would have all been correct by saying that it would hit over $20,000 by the end of the year, and we would have been on track for $40,000 by February or March, because the parabolic channel that we're in is going to take us to about 30 to 32,000 before it would have corrected again. So now that we've done this, what it means is that there will be a larger ROI to be had for those who've come in and bought in on the dip. And in terms of time and when that might happen, I think we're still going to see that happening over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And what can happen in the meantime is this can drop all the way down into this $12,000 trend zone again and support zone again. So it's fighting right now in this support and resistance channel that it's in, which is between 14 and about 15,000. If it fails to test and go above that, then we will slip down into the 12,000 zone before ultimately it, I guess you could say, gets back on track with that parabolic groove. All of that was triggered by the Bitcoin Cash, I guess, debacle, you call it, okay? And since then, we've had a few flash crashes, or I wouldn't even call them a flash crash, really, but in terms of how much, yeah, actually, I would call it a flash crash, $2,000 drop, is because the South Korea news, the FUD that came out just yesterday, that affected us. I think that was right here. No, 24. That was this one. That was this candle. So that candle is, that's a $2,000 candle right there. So that was the South Korean news right there. I can't remember what news piece this was, but this whole motion here was from Bitcoin Cash. So that 45% correction was from that, which that is insane. I understand now why a lot of traditional investors, and I guess you could call them like the OGs of old school thinking, old school investing, they don't like Bitcoin, is because it is so volatile in comparison to what they're used to. You never see this kind of moves. You're seeing like single digit % gain or loss over the span of months, sometimes years. And what we're talking about with crypto is like, we just saw a 45% drop in 4 days. That is going to scare somebody that is not used to that and takes a more traditional approach to investing, somebody like your Warren Buffett. So I think it's going to take a really long time before somebody like him gets involved, if he ever does, because of that reason. Okay, so let's go back to November, because the motion is pretty similar. This was the last, make this, stretch that out a bit. This was the last attack from Bitcoin Cash on Bitcoin back in November, and it spanned from what, the 10th to the 12th, right? I think it actually started on the 9th. No, 10th to the 12th, and it looks pretty similar to what we have seen here in terms of, this is we'll call this a double bottom so far, and this was a little bit smaller of a motion. What was this one? 30% motion, maybe 35% motion, whereas what we just saw was a 45% motion. Now, some good things that have been proven out of this is that, okay, so we had this attempt from a lot of Bitcoin whales to drive down the price of Bitcoin. It did not successfully win by tanking Bitcoin. It actually didn't even push it below $10,000, which is really, really good news, because if you just look back, where were we at 10,000? When did we cross over 10,000? We crossed over 10,000 in the beginning of December. So we're talking about, in the span of 30 days, a mass scale attempt by whales could not even drive the price down below a new high that had occurred within not even the last 30 days. That's a good sign. And that's because so much institutional money is coming in now into Bitcoin. So you have a lot of the old players that are sitting on huge piles of Bitcoin, and a lot of them actually just sold out of most of their positions, most of their Bitcoin positions on this Bitcoin Cash attempt. So essentially now they've removed themselves from the game and probably lost a lot of money in the process. All right. So overall, I think 2018 will prove to be the biggest year yet for Bitcoin. I also think it will be the year that its identity is not discovered, but really solidified. And the more big money and institutional money that gets into Bitcoin will help speed that process up. And so in terms of what the next couple of weeks and months will look like, we can look at a few things. We can look at some historic data. So Bitcoin performance in January since 2011, you'll see that over the last 3 years, it's historically been down, but 1, 2, 3, 4 years before that, it was up. This will be a really like make or break year in terms of this pattern that we're seeing. So we can't assume that this year will be down or up. We'll just have to see how this all plays out, how these next 2 or 3 weeks play out, okay? But right now, it's pretty much a question mark, all right? So you know what to do now, because you can you know where this might go. We might dip down into the 12,000 zone. We might test here and go up into 17,000 and get kind of back into this parabolic upward trend that could take us as high as 30. Okay. Twitter is the spot that I go. So if you're figuring out like what your daily routine should be and who you should follow, you can go in and ransack who I'm following. I'd say all of these are either coins, exchanges, top TAs, experts, CEOs of coins, of exchanges. And so it's really just a who's who of crypto news and crypto insight. I would suggest that you get in on at least some of them, so that way you can be in the know. You can know what's going on. Also, too, on that note, if you don't want to have your Twitter tab open, we have now Crypto News Feed, which is an aggregate of all the top crypto news from around the world coming straight into the Discord chat now. So for all of you that just, you don't want to have all these software and tabs and stuff open, you can just have this open and be in the Discord chat and get all the same news that you'd be getting on Twitter. Okay? Cool? Sweet. Oh, thanks for linking. 33 minutes. Wow, man. Yet again. All right, so let me catch up on some of the chat here. Okay, I see a lot of people talking about USI. Oh, a lot of people always ask me, hey, Jay, how many packages you got? 1,200. So I want the car bonus on USI Tech. So you have to do at least 50% of your active BTC packages from an external BTC wallet. So now I'm starting to actually withdraw for the first time ever, starting to withdraw out of USI Tech and move from an external wallet to get my next 1,250 packages, giving me a total of 2,500 packages, which will then get me this car bonus. I don't know why I want it. I don't know. I guess I just do. But USI is definitely one of my favorites. I don't know. It's just log in every day. It's there. There's fresh money there waiting for me, and that's it. I mean, it's fairly straightforward and easy. If you wanna stay up on news, what was happening with Texas, the Texas Board of Securities, there's a huge update in the USI channels and Discord. When I point over here, I noticed that like, you guys probably don't know what the hell I'm pointing at. I'm pointing at the Discord. I have multiple screens, so I have it open. Yeah, everybody loves USI Tech. Okay, what else did I have that I wanted to talk about? Oh, this will probably be the last stream before the new year. So if we don't talk and communicate personally, Happy New Year, be safe. But let me take a quick sidebar here and talk about something I think is really, really important. During the holidays, it's really easy to get lost in the groove of like family happening and then money. And like most people become sad actually through the holidays because all the money that they spent or couldn't spend on gifts, everybody wants to give to their family and friends. And then also too, there's like the social pressure of like, are you the only one not giving a gift? All of those little intricacy pieces can lead to people being really unhappy during the holidays, which is supposed to be one of the happiest times of the year. It's when you get together with your loved ones, your family, and joy is in the air predominantly. So if your situation is not ideal, you're not really happy with what's going on, then these are the key days when you're off of work and you've got a lot of time to yourself to start to formulate a new plan for 2018. Most people in the new year, like you guys, I don't know how much you know this, but when it comes to New Year's resolutions, the two biggest ones are make more money and lose weight, okay? And the lose weight thing doesn't even last 30 days. So we can assume that the make more money thing doesn't even last 30 days. And that sucks. Like, that really sucks. I think that's mostly driven by a lack of goal setting, a lack of knowing where the ship is actually going. So you get to all this excitement, maybe some of it's guilt, maybe a lot of it's excitement and this new potential reality, right? This new potential you, whatever, but it's not sustained. The easiest way to set and keep a goal is to look to the future. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to end up? Like by the end of this next calendar year, when I sit down again in front of the fireplace or wherever I'm sitting down now, when I sit down again and look at this list of 2017 goals, or 2018 goals, what do I want to see as being things that were accomplished? Where do I want to be? The more specific you can get there, the better. But you can refine this over time. If the goal is just to make $1 million, then okay, that's the goal. What you can do once you know where you want to be is you can work backwards. Think of this like a ruler. So that's 100% that's at the end of the ruler. So what would 50% look like? If that's too hard, what would 75% look like? I mean, what would 3/4 of the way there look like? Anyone can figure that out. Like you're almost done with the race. You've almost hit the finish line. What does 3/4 of the way there look like? Take some time, figure that one out. What does 50% look like? What does 25% look like? So now you effectively know what needs to happen by each quarter of the year, each financial quarter. You now have figured out, right? And so then we can go in and we can start to fill in our, our 8th marks, our 16th marks, our 32nd marks. And before you know it, you kind of know what needs to happen each day. And that will drive you to get the things done. Whether it's a sticky note with 2-3 things on the list or whatever you've got going on, however you're tracking it, you'll know what needs to happen that day, that week to keep you on track. All right. And tracking will be a big piece of accomplishing. You have to, in some sort of way, track your results. If you don't, then you really don't know if it's working or not. And that's the easiest way to fall out of a habit, fall out of a goal, or stop a habit from being like solidified deep down at a subconscious level, is because we're seeing a lack of results. We're pretty much instant gratification junkies, all of us. There's a difference in terms of like how quick we need to see results between each individual. But for the most part, like, if the 5 senses can't really feel what's going on with it, then we give up pretty quick. So know that going into this. Don't attempt to like beat human nature. Attempt to make it easy to not have excuses. Make it easy to show up every day by tracking, keeping track, and knowing where you want to be by the end of at least each quarter financially. And that will help, like I said, that'll help the habit actually solidify. Some other easy things you can do is just make a morning routine. Pick a dedicated time, Monday through Friday, you're going to wake up. What are you going to do in the morning? Is your thing going to be coffee? Is your thing going to be a shot of wheatgrass? Is your thing going to be, getting some green juice in you? Whatever you want to do, make that routine and slowly add to it. Understanding that it's going to take about 7 to 10 days for that to really set in and start to get into a groove and make a track in your mind. Allow it to. Don't force it. Don't overdo it. Just stay steady. Stay consistent. Boom, boom. Every day, Monday through Friday. 5 a.m. wake up time. We're going to do a fresh pot of coffee. We're going to do a shot of wheatgrass. We're going to go sweat, run around the block for 10, 15 minutes. Get the sweat going. Get my heart rate up. Feel alive. Then we're going to do this. What's also too going to make a difference is your routine for when you sit down in front of the computer and start to open up this crypto stuff. Okay, if you start your day, your crypto day, let's call it, and the first thing you read is all the bad news about crypto, how do you think that day is going to go? How do you think you're going to feel? We're emotional beings. If the first thing you read is total, doom and gloom, you're going to feel that way. It's going to be hard to feel good about it, right? Like, stack the deck in your favor. Make a routine that will get you into the spirit of crypto. A lot of us, I'm still brand new into crypto. I've been in this shit since July. I by far know it all. I don't. Make mistakes all the time, and I'm okay with that. So make it easy to get into the groove of crypto. So like go, and if you gotta like stack a bunch of happy shit, and then that's when you get into like doing your day trading or figuring out what new things you want to invest into, whatever it is, like get yourself excited and happy before you dive into the meat and potatoes of it. Like easy stuff like that, done consistently, will keep you on track. Guarantee it. And in having a community, having an access point like what you've got access to right now, we don't charge for that at all, is huge. Accountability, make a friend, hold each other accountable with whatever it is, your morning routines, your crypto routines, the ROI you're getting on your trading efforts, like all of that's right there, and it's free and it's accessible to you. Every single one of you on the live stream, every single one of you that watches this replay, yeah, like leverage these tools and resources you have, because not everybody knows these exist. Not everybody can get access to this stuff that you've got. Don't take it for granted. Remember like where we all are. Remember that we're still at this cutting edge of something that most people don't know anything about. Get in there, hit it hard, hit it aggressively, but also be smart. And being smart is leverage. Leveraging resources. We've got a ton of them there for you. We're going to keep releasing as many resources as we can. We're going to keep helping in as many ways as we can. That with your efforts, like you have a higher success rate. That might be bold of me to say, but I truly feel that if you're in this community, you have a higher rate of success than anywhere else. I will say that 100%. Okay, so let's talk about B2X. That happened. It still hasn't shown up in my Binance account, but everyone's been asking, hey, so the SegWit 2X, it's back on, just happened. What does that mean? It really doesn't mean much. It's just another opportunity for a forked coin to come in and maybe have a smarter plan to be that daily transactional coin. I think that's really the big war, the big battle going on right now. That's why I think it's laughable that Roger and Dr. Craig Wright and everybody else that's on the Bcash wagon, they're like spending their time fighting the wrong battle right now. Instead of solidifying themselves as a thing, as a we are this in the community, they're simply saying, no, we're the real Bitcoin. I don't think you're going to ever win that. And why would you try? Right now, the big battle is for the transactional coin. Mark my words. That will be the thing that we discover collectively as a community in 2018. Is that one that can just like really go and do the heavy lifting to buy my fucking coffee, to, pay my bills, to go down to Walmart, to go down to whatever store and buy my stuff. That coin will be discovered in 2018. Also in 2018, what will happen is Bitcoin will be further identified and it will continue to go up, meaning that right now, I think it's really hard to make a $100 transaction worth it in Bitcoin. That standard and that level will raise again. Maybe 500, maybe 1,000, maybe 10,000. But the playing field and the standards will keep raising, meaning that it no longer makes sense to send $100. It no longer makes sense to send 1,000, 100,000, because Bitcoin will continue to, like I said, make its groove. And I think its place is really going to be quickly sending a lot of money. Yeah, I see that where it's going. Because you can never fix the core problems that are happening right now at the transactional scale. And if we do fix that and bring it down, when we plop down another billion users into it, then we have a lot of the same problems surfacing all over again. So while I think that's great and a lot of the tech will be improved in 2018 behind Bitcoin, I think a lot of people just come to the realization that that's really its true use, is to move around bigger amounts of money. And then there'll be more space for altcoins to really step up and fill a lot of the other gaps. Because remember, like what crypto represents, it is going to decentralize everything. It is literally going to decentralize everything. That is going to fundamentally change how we all live. It has to. So that will all hyper accentuate in 2018, because there's one trend that I'm seeing, and what it is that the world is moving faster. So a lot of the safe investors, a lot of the safe moves that everybody used to use, it's not that it doesn't work anymore, but there's just too many people asking, what if it could be better? What if it could be faster? What if I could make more money faster? What if, instead of sitting on, an index, instead of sitting on bonds, instead of sitting on whatever, what if I really went to work on something? Could I get a 10x result? Could I get rich quick? I think that will be, I don't know if the gains will stay there, but the possibility and the actuality of people getting rich very quickly will continue to occur in crypto. It will continue to happen. Now, what they choose to do with that money, entirely up to them. How long the wealth lasts, entirely up to them. But the basic definition of get rich quick, I think, will continue to be fulfilled through 2018. And where a lot of people will find it is in altcoins, because right now the level of standard is already so high with Bitcoin, and the misconceptions with it. And I think really the lack of strong hands within it, within the space, is going to drive a lot of people out of that. So it will, like I said, it will open up this opportunity for altcoins to really be a place where you can make a shitload of money really, really quickly. All right. So take some time over the next couple days to get a game plan for yourself for 2018. Like, come ready, come prepared, know what you want. What is going to be your key focus or your core focus? What are you willing to do? Like, how many pieces are you willing to get into? Define and make borders and boundaries to your success goals, just like you've made borders and boundaries to the life that you live right now. You've got a whole set of rules that you live off of. We all do. We're all living in our own little bubble. Redefine some of those. Really push yourself. Really force yourself to think. Like, if I do end up with $1 million this year, would I really be acting the same way? Now, do I want to wait until I get that $1 million to start acting in all these different ways? Start to challenge your own bias. Okay? All right, let me grab some questions. Hey, thanks, AKA. Thanks for everybody who wished me a Happy New Year. Happy New Year back to all of you. Right back at you guys. I'm always in the community every day. That's where most of my focus is. If you notice, I'm not even really that active on YouTube comments anymore. And so all I really care about is the community and growing that in the Discord. And we've got a strong team behind us. I can't thank you guys enough. Let me actually just take a second and thank all the moderators, all the people behind the scenes that are working in the Discord to help it run smoothly, to help it grow, and continually challenge me to stay at that edge of innovating. What's next? And so together, as long as we keep this dynamic, this community will continue to just thrive, and it will continue to just prove itself, you know, time and time again with its value. Okay. Already right now, we've had a lot of people make big financial gain. Not because of like me per se, but because of what they have access to in the Discord, in that community. They've been able to make the moves and make the plays to make a big financial gain. So the community led them and took them from A to B in terms of their finances. And that is amazing to see. And that we'll continue to see at a big scale in 2018 in the community. All right, so what do we got? Let me take questions. Any questions that you guys got? So I went over Bitcoin, the price volatility, what's next for Bitcoin. Yep. Price projections, some basic TA. If you want more TA stuff on Bitcoin and you have no clue, what are my go-to resources, guys? You should already know this, but my go-to resources are Twitter, to find somebody else who knows what they're talking about. Like if you have no clue, go to Twitter, find somebody else who's already done TA on the coin that you're looking to chart out. Okay. Second option would be to go to the TradingView ideas page right here. And what do you know? You see a bunch of other people with their trend analysis or TA, and you can learn from them. You start to look at enough charts, you get enough ink on your hands, you'll start to see what's going on. You'll start to see the patterns, and you'll be able to kind of start reading these fundamentals yourself. So that's my go-to places. Like, that's how you hack learning, is you just go find somebody else who's already got it figured out, and you stack enough of those side by side, and you start to see the similarities, and that allows you to make your own decision. That empowers you to make your own decision. Instead of just saying, oh, well, this guy with 50,000 followers said I should buy Doge. All right, so I want to quickly touch on something else that I get a lot of questions on, is my 2018 picks. I actually don't have them written down, but I wrote them in the chat. Let's see if I can find it really quick. People want to know like what altcoins I'm holding myself. I'm holding Verge, Ripple. What else do I got? Oh, there it is. So XVG, XRP, Verge, Ripple, ADA, BAT, BNB is another one that I'm going to hold through 2018 because I think it's going to be just huge. And I've already been proven massively right on this because we've seen it go over $10 already. I said it could get to $20 in 2018. I need to change that prediction. It'll get to 50 in 2018. The reason why is because BNB is the Binance coin. The BNB exchange is blowing up right now. Okay, they have over 3 million effing users now, and they're what, 150 days old. They are now the third largest exchange, and their uptime is really, really good. They are making upgrades to the platform constantly, so they're not just sitting back on their laurels like Bittrex and GDAX and a lot of these other exchanges. They're constantly updating, constantly rolling out new pairs. They're running contests all the time. Like right now, you could get in on an ADA contest, or not ADA, Monaco. You could get in on a Monaco contest, and you could possibly win a Lamborghini right now. A brand new Lamborghini. Like, that's the level of shit they're bringing to this. So you can assume that the BNB coin will go nuts through 2018. So yes, that is one of my picks. And right now, since I started seeing all this happening, I watched it go from $3.90 to peaking over $10. I think it's at like 8 or 9 right now. But BNB, huge pick for this year. A couple others. So anything privacy, any privacy coins will be big in 2018. You know why? Because net neutrality will continue to be an issue in 2018. Basic assumptions about social dynamics is what leads to a lot of my, I guess, fundamental analysis on this stuff. So privacy coins, we can assume, will be big because net neutrality will be a big topic. Privacy will continue to be a topic within the crypto space, right? That's what's drove a lot of us to the space in the first place. So all of your privacy coins will be big. Another one that I'm looking at is PIVX. I've got maybe 100 or 200 positions so far. It's already over, I think, $12 or $15. That's another one that I'm looking at. And so my not Hail Marys, but my smaller coins that I'm excited about, but they might not pan out, would be Lend and Bread. Those two I like a lot. Bread is a wallet. Lend is like a Prosper, but crypto version. So it's like personal lending, crowd-funded personal lending, like what Kickstarter does, but on personal loans. And so I think there's going to be huge application. Now, will it be Lend that actually wins in 2018? I don't know, but I will say this. There will be a personal lending coin or opportunity in 2018 that explodes. I mean, we're talking like 1,000+% gain. Because what's going to happen? Well, let's make some basic assumptions. Again, crypto will get more popular. Yes. More people will come in. Yes. More people will want more crypto. More people that don't have a lot of money will get into crypto, which will drive up the desire for what? Personal lending. And of course, people in crypto want to continue to make money. They want to continue to diversify. So both the supply and demand, the equation will be fulfilled. We just need somebody in the middle, an eBay, a middleman that connects buyer and seller. Will it be Lend? I don't know. I don't know. I hope it is because I'm steadily gaining more position in Lend, but it could be somebody that comes out with a completely new coin between now and whenever, or it could be another coin that exists already that just, pivots or maybe really gets its traction that I don't know about that takes off. But there will be one in 2018 that really, really takes off. I might actually shoot a 2018 prediction video. You guys think that'd be valuable for you guys to just get all that information in one easy to digest video? What do you think? Yeah, Salt's another one. Salt's another one that I'm looking at. Love Ficoin. If you guys saw pre-ICO Hustle Part 7, I'm big into Ficoin. For a quality 30-day flip, your ROI could be quite big. Here's what I mean by that. Guys doing, Dustin asked, hey, I've allotted for the Hash bot, the Hash trading bot, and I've got a budget for trading. So guys doing the scalp strategy, using some of the strategies that you can automate in the bot, using those strategies, are getting 3 to 10% a day gain. Now, there will be down days too, okay? Sometimes the bot, there'll be lag. You'll have to restart the bot. It won't execute the way it should. Those are all little minor bugs that you will always face with an automated piece of software. Please recognize that. It's not a set and forget. But Dustin, if you want to go that direction, there's big money to be made. And I think your ROI is really going to depend on the following: how quickly you can understand the custom bots that you're making within the software, understand at a fundamental level how they're working, and be able to scale based on your TA abilities, based on your abilities to see coins that are behaving in the way that that bot works the best in, that environment that the bot works the best in. And we can talk more about this. Join the Discord, reach out to me in a DM. I can also connect you up with Royal, who's one of the, he works with Hasbot, and so he's a great guy to talk to. He's a great resource as well. Your TA was so brilliant that you totally missed the fork. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I mean, there's guys seeing north of 10% gains. Like I said, there's been some people who've seen some astronomically huge gains. Okay, let me put this into perspective this way. We ran the day trading contest where we gave away the free 3-month Hasbot trading license. That was a contest that we ran for 7 days, biggest ROI. We had somebody get a 250% gain. That means we took the wins and the losses, subtracted them, whatever number was left, that ROI number was over 250%. We had somebody else do over 50% over that 7-day period. This is all possible, not just in bull markets, but in bear markets. Bear markets, like what we've seen over the last 4 to 5 days, that's what you'd call a bear market. That is challenging here. That's challenging here. Because what starts to happen is you start to get in your own head. You start to get mad. You start to bring in emotion. You're angry. You're pissed off. You're losing. You thought you had this trading shit figured out. That's the real test. That's when you'll learn the most about yourself. And that's when you'll really recognize where you actually are skill set wise, is when things are not going your way. Okay, cool, Dustin. Sounds good, brother. Bart asks, what's the best altcoin to buy in 2018? I don't know what the best one is. I've been a sucker for Ripple for a while. Guys, I bought in most of my positions in Ripple at 2,400 to 2,500 sats. It's like over 8,000 sats right now. I think Ripple will be a huge one in 2018 because the banking sector loves Ripple and they're going to just take it and run with it. So you could go with that. Yeah, I mean, BAT is the, BAT's the browser. Can't remember the name of the browser right now, but that's a good one to go with. BNB, I think, is another great one to go with for 2018. I can't tell you which one is the best. I don't know. But yeah, those are my picks so far. And I'm sitting on a few others that kind of Hail Marys, so I don't talk about those. But I'm up to over 20 coins that I'm holding and working with. Oh, one thing I wanted to talk about was the index. Okay, so the video that I put up yesterday, I did not fundamentally understand what an index was. I made a big mistake in that video by saying that the index is a small sample representing a whole market. An index you're supposed to just sit on. And the only time that changes are really happening is during a rebalancing. So one of the top developers from CoinCube reached out to me, and I'm going to chat with him later today to hopefully get some more answers. But some of the things, some of the fundamental understanding I had of CoinCube was wrong. But overall, I still see insane value in CoinCube, because what that essentially is you're grabbing top coins and you just sit on them over time. So this is stuff that like the Intelligent Investor talks about. Remember that book by Benjamin Graham? And that's like, we grab these positions, these top positions or top coins in this case, we just sit on them and we measure how they perform over time. We're not trying to like trade and grab ROI every single day. That's not really what an index is designed to do. So what I was kind of blending and merging was my understanding of an index, and I thought there was like this trading component going on, but there really isn't. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I misunderstood some fundamentals there, which actually have led me to think that it's even more valuable than I was led to believe before. So I'll chat with them, and I'll probably shoot another video talking about my new understanding of it and go from there. But we are still working on our own version in the community, and I like that ultimately, because we'll control that and we'll be able to roll out the updates and we'll be able to drive the direction of that, which is what I've wanted for a long time. So Is there channels in the Discord just for beginners? Yes, there's a whole category which is called Crypto Basics, and that's where you just go to talk about and understand like the fundamentals. And what I'll say is that there's a ton of channels, and they all talk about different stuff, and it covers collectively just about everything you need to know about crypto from a beginner to advanced standpoint. How does Jay not know what? Ripple, yeah, baby. Brave browser, there you go. Bat is Brave browser, which I like, kinda. Oh, real quick, if you haven't already liked the video, guys, quickly just pop a quick like. Helps us with the YouTube algorithms. Get the video out there more. Takes a couple seconds. Yeah, the point of CoinCube is to be a index, like a sit on it management of your portfolio. Okay. All right, any other questions for me? I think I covered everything that I needed to cover. Man, so much updates. So all of the specifics, like the when and where of these tools that I'm talking about and all this stuff, you will get by joining the Discord, because that's the only place that I'm really publishing a lot of this stuff as we roll it out, because this is where the core community actually is. So if you want in on that action, join. Yeah, look, great. We've had a good 10, 15 people join just on this stream alone. Awesome, guys. Welcome to the family. So the fork really isn't anything? Well, it'll be a new coin in my Binance. I know that. A lot of those, like, I don't know. I don't really take them that serious. I've got 3 or 4 sitting in there. You know, some of it's dust, but some of it's like a decent amount from the past couple forks. I don't know. I don't care. Hextra Gold lending. I can't wait till the 1st. We're a couple days away now from that getting dropped into our wallets, and then we can go and put that in the gold lending program. So I'm excited about that. Are there more platforms like BitConnect? Bart's asking. Yeah, quite a bit, actually. A shitload. We'll be rolling that out in 2 days, that resource, the lending ICO resource. And I think it's going to be epic for you guys. It'll have everything you need to know, down to like what you need to know today, what's popping off today, where's this one at, what's that one at, exchanges to find this one, all of that information. Yeah, I'm excited for Extra Gold too. I'm excited for... maybe I was overly optimistic about Tex as well, because then they got all the problems and they're trying to fix the volatility now. But we'll see. Any other questions for me? And we can always continue the conversation in the chat as well. Yeah, USI, Genesis, BitClub, those are top mining opportunities. Yeah, sweet. I think 2018 will be some big action we'll see on lending platforms too. There'll be a lot of new regulation coming in, which will force a lot more of the, I wouldn't say it's going to force a lot of them to close, but there will be a lot of them that close. I don't know if that'll be the reason why or the only reason why. But yeah, that market, the whole lending game market, I think will get more volatile due to regulation and other outside factors. Hashflare is another up and coming mining opportunity. I don't know much about it though. What do you mean no comment on BTW? Yeah, price went up to 22K. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. So all you guys got to do, I think, is, I don't know if that's a clickable button or just a image. No, it's just an image. So you can't click on that. That'll be nice. Bitcoin White. I didn't even know that's what that was. BTW is Bitcoin White. No clue. Way too many Bitcoin forks. Most of them, like I said, I tend to take a like I don't care approach. And at least one of the exchanges I'm in, how many exchanges am I in? 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 exchanges. Out of and I've got BTC sitting in all of them. Out of one of those 5, I will get some dust, or I will get some decent allocation during that fork. So yeah, I've stopped really paying attention to most of the Bitcoin forks because there's just too many. And I see it as more a lot of people just trying to get in and make a quick dollar on the fork action, the developers. Okay, cool. Any last minute questions for me, guys? Yeah, jump into the mining channel if you guys want to talk about hash and all those ops, all those opportunities. Jump in there, get it going. How many people are online right now? 400 people online in a Discord. Wow, it's a good day. I wonder what the max is. I've never looked. Huh. All right, guys, let's end it there for today. Like I said, I don't know what when the next live stream will be with the holidays here, or the New Year rather. Let me just take a quick look at the calendar. Monday will be the 1st. Maybe we'll do one on Monday. We'll see. We will see. All right, guys, cool. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification so that you don't miss out on any of the live streams that we do, any of the uploads that we do. It's very easy because I upload sometimes 2-3 times a day to get behind on the uploads. How you combat that is you just simply hit the bell notification and you get an email when we go live. You get an email when we upload as well. And then join the community. Jump on in and join in on the conversation. We can pick up where we left off talking about stuff here, bring it out into Discord, and let's continue there. Have a safe and happy New Year, and we will see you in the new year, in 2018, on some more live stream action, my friends. All right, see ya.